My name is Zachary Kane, and I am the president of Iowa State University's Game Development Club, or ISU-GDC for short. We wanted to call it GDC, but guess what? That name's taken. Many of you guys might already know that. So, a little bit about me. I'm a software engineer from Iowa State University, and I do all software engineering stuff. I've learned many languages, such as Java, C#, C++, JavaScript. Those two are different, I promise. And I've even learned a little bit of assembly because I used to actually be a computer programmer, a computer engineer. They're separate at Iowa State. But a little bit about this. This is horrible. I hate it, and we'll get onto that later because I am a horrible programmer. Like I said, I'm a software engineer, and this is my 4th year of being at Iowa State, and I've learned very much recently that I shouldn't be a software engineer. I should be something much different, like a producer or business or a designer, literally anything else. I am a horrible, horrible programmer. And so, just to give a little background though, I started like many of you guys and got inspired by a game called Metroid Fusion. Everybody has their game that inspired them to go into game design. But way back when, I actually thought the way that you created games was purely computer scientifical. You had to learn how to program, and that was the only way you could make games. It's the only way you could get into games. I have since learned that that is no longer the case, as many of you guys might have learned, because there's so much that goes into making games. There's music, writing, composing, all different sorts of stuff. So imagine my surprise when I get to senior year and I'm like, well, since I'm not a software engineer, what do I do? And first thing, being a student in college, I decided to blame everybody else. So I decided to blame you guys, the video games engineering, or the video games industry, for why I'm here. Why have I gotten to my 4th year of schooling as a software engineer to realize I don't need to freaking be a software engineer? And I realize a large part of that is just because the games industry is this giant cloud of mystery that nobody knows how it works. A large part of it is about people, a large part of my club at Iowa State, people come up and say, hey, do I have to know how to program? Do I have to know how to use a computer? Do I have to know how to do any of this stuff? And the answer to that is no. There's a lot of different parts. If you want to be a writer, you can be a writer. If you want to be a musician, you can be a lot of different other things. So when I got to my 4th year of college, I was like, I want to be all of those things and not a software engineer, and it's your guys' fault, and I hate all of you. So this isn't just going to be me standing up here and saying, oh, woe is me. I think that as an industry, we should all kind of take it upon ourselves to be a little bit more evangelical about what game design in the industry is. You don't have to be a computer engineer, you don't have to be a software, you can be whatever you want. We've all played Undertale, you guys have all heard about our Lord and Savior, Undertale. It's a fantastic game. If you haven't played it, do play it. But if we could talk about the games industry itself, the way we talk about the games that it produces, we could be so much bigger, and we could get even more people. We could get people who come in as just writers, or come in as just, they can't come in as programmers, like don't get me wrong, you can't come in as a programmer, I'm not one of them, but you can come in as anything, because the important thing is to look at it not as, like think of it this way, making a movie isn't just the post-processing of the audio. It's not just the writing of the movie. It's everything together. The games industry is the same way. But there's still a stigma about there being a computer science major or, type of field. Now, how can we spread this word that there are lots of different things? And oh my God, you guys all use Twitch. You guys all use YouTube. Everyone uses it that way. How come we aren't using these mediums to really spread the word about what game design is? Talking about how you can break into it, that anybody who has an idea can go now and make it. You don't have to know programming. You can use Game Maker. Oh my God, Game Maker is so simple. It's so easy to use. And Unity is fantastic and very easy to pick up. Oh, it's so hard to master. But you can do a lot of stuff with all these different things. And there are people out there that are already starting to do this. You guys know about extra credits. In fact, I should give them a round of applause myself. And now we have the round of applause for them because they really are a fantastic thing. They are showing us all the abstract parts of game design that aren't computer programming or even the specifics about writing or musicianship or anything like that. They're just talking about the abstract parts of it. And they really are doing amazing work. I can't say any greater things about it. And now I go to the next slide. Okay, but I'm going to leave you with the same sentence that I leave with my club every time I finish up a meeting or finish up a YouTube video for them. Since you guys are doing amazing things out here as indie developers and everything like that, I want you guys to go forth, make games, and continue to be awesome. Because as long as we keep going along that path, and as long as we keep telling people and spreading the word about game industry, the game industry could become the next, it already is bigger than the film industry. It could become something so much greater with the educational opportunities and with everything else. Thank you for listening to my Speedtalk. I'm Zachary Kane, and I should probably be a design major.